In my opinion, one of the most important elements for any page builder is something like an icon box. And you find it within Elementor, but the ElementsKit add-on for Elementor also gives you a very powerful icon box add-on. And we'll look at that, and that's what I've done here in front of you now. One thing I just want to quickly mention here, my design is always minimal and functional. I don't like bling, and if that is your style, then of course you will design it in such a way. For me, I just feel we have to keep it as simple as possible to increase the user experience on your page. Now, the section I like to refer to as a feature section. This is where you usually list features like what you have for your company or the services you provided. And the third important part of this icon box feature section is that it's a call to action. You want people to click and take them somewhere. The other thing I think that's also very prevalent in these kind of feature sections is an icon, and you will find that the icons usually appear there. These are SVGs that I brought in myself, and I'm going to show you also how to do that. Great little element, this icon box from ElementsKit for Elementor. Let's have a look at it. The ElementsKit is turned on by default, so nothing you have to do in the back end within WordPress to switch it on. You can install the ElementsKit. And if you want to know more about ElementsKit, you can follow the link in the description below. And that can also show you other examples of the icon box. Look at these nice usage of color, and you have so many other options. This one doesn't have an icon, and this is very similar to the one that I've just created. A great inspiration. While we are here, you may not be aware that everything you see here is actually available within ElementsKit. So if you don't want to design anything from scratch, you can do that right within Elementor. Let me show you that quickly, how you can use these pre-made ones, and then we'll do one from scratch so you can learn a little bit more about the ElementsKit. Did I say this is Websites for Beginners? My name is JP. We take things a little bit slower to show you in depth how you can create great websites and get noticed. Let's jump into Elementor, and I'll create a new section. Let's do that over here. And then if you've installed ElementsKit, you're going to see this little icon where you get access to the ElementsKit templates. I'll select it, and then from the pop-up, go to the top and look for sections. Once you got that, go to categories. And this is now where you have to hunt, because these guys don't want to give this to us in alphabetical order. It's my biggest request. And there it is, icon box. Let's select that. And this will show you, and there's actually additional icon boxes here, but these ones at the bottom are the ones we saw on ElementsKit homepage, and these are other ones. Have a look at it, and then if you see one, go ahead and just click on Insert. And look at that. Brilliant, right? And it brings it in nicely. You just change out the content, ready to go. But we're going to build from scratch, so let's start it all over again. And I want to bring in a new section again. My new section, go to the widgets pane on the left, and I'll look for icon box. And as we know, this one on the left comes by default with Elementor, and then this one with the label EKT, ElementsKit, is the icon box from them. Let's bring it in, and we get this. Now, in rare cases, you're going to use it like this. On the other hand, you can use it as a nice section heading and then repeat it, but we want to create columns that gives us that featured section look. So what I'll do, just quickly delete this one, and I'll go to my box, my section, but I will bring in a grid because that's just easy, and I love grids. And to each one their own, and I'll make it one row, and that's it. Then I'll go to the first column, and now we bring in that icon box again. And it looks like an icon box. The first option we have is this one that appears many times within Elementor widgets called in equal height. Disable, enable. I don't know what it does, so I'm going to leave it on disabled. Don't want to mess with stuff. Just make your design work well. Then you have your icon type. You can have none, or you can have your icon, or you can even bring in an image. I like icons, and I like bringing in custom icons. Makes me feel special. And what I'll do is I'll upload an SVG, and I actually brought in my SVGs already. But just to show you how you can do it, I use a platform called the Noun Project, and you can check the link in the description below. And what I'll do is I'll look for the image that I want. And what I did is I looked here at the top for icon sets. So let's just go to the front. I'll quickly do that. I'll search here furniture because this is what my shop is all about, my page. And instead of looking for icons, I'll go to icon sets. So I can have a selection that will fit nicely together and the icons will look the same. Then over here, you see many furniture sets, and I'll choose this furniture set here with 208 icons. And I want to create one for the home furniture. So let's go for the bed. And I'll just select download SVG, as simple as that. Then back into Elementor with my media library open, I will grab that bed and I'll just drag it in. And that's as simple. So don't be scared of SVGs. If you have a good platform like this, the Noun Project, and there are many others online, it will work really nice. And by the way, this website or this demo that I'm using is created by Creative Themes in their theme Blocksy. There's also a link for Blocksy in the description below. Just look at this. This layout is extraordinary. And if you want a ready-made shop and you can just change it out to whatever you are selling, go check out Blocksy. Really professional, modern-looking websites. I don't think you can go wrong with their templates. And let's go back then to this one. So I have my icon and then I have a title. And I'll put here home furniture. And you can put in a little bit of a description there as well. And that's your icon box, your main content. Read more. Do I want a button? Yes, I want a button. You can enable button on hover, which is an interesting one. Deactivate it, and when you hover over it, it appears. I'll take that away. And then for the label, I will say home department. And you add your URL here. And you can also add an icon here if you want to. I feel a second icon in this box will be a little bit redundant, pushing it too far. My feeling, settings, enable hover watermark. What is this? Now, when I activate it, it is a hover effect. So you will see once I hover, that little icon pops up there. Same thing I did. I uploaded an SVG and I just chose something sparkly. And now when I hover over it, it will appear like that. I'm not sure. You know, you can do weird things with that. You can put it to the left, okay. This has got nothing to do with the hover. This is everything to do with your content. So here you go to the left, your icon to the left, or your icon to the right. Interesting. I'll keep it to the top for this one. That's how we created it. And then you have your content alignment. And this will depend on the design of your site. I'm going to keep this in the center as well as your HTML tags. Very important. If you don't have an H2 at the top, you may want to switch this to H2. I will put a section heading here. So this will be an H3 for me. And then you can activate a badge. And I'm going to activate a badge here. And I'll call this one sale. I'll type that in capitals. And you can space it all around. I'll just put it in the top left. Nice. That is in terms of the content, and the rest will be all up in how you're going to style it out. So we go to the styling option. I'll jump to icon because the first thing is I see the icon color is not where I want it, and I'll change it. I'll just make it dark. Now the icon is nice and dark, and we can create a border for it. So here I have to get my wits about again. Let's start with the icon color. Let's go for background, and we make the background dark. And then the icon color we can make white or a little bit gray. And then we're going to have border radius. And when I try to create a round border or a circle, I just usually type in high values. And that's how I get to this. From here, I'll jump down to padding here. And I'll type in, let's say 10. And that's how you create that effect. And the icon size, I'll just maybe even reduce that a little bit and then create the padding, increase it to 15. No, let's make the icon a little bit bigger. There you go. Apply spacing between your titles and the rest of the content. You will find you have these options for spacing. The other thing I want to change here is the button. So I'll go to my button and we go to our text color. I'll keep that on white, but the background color, I'll grab it from my page. I'll grab my eyedropper here. Let's grab the eyedropper again. There we go. Let's grab this color here and I'll choose, oh, I love this feature. I'll choose this dark one. Nice. And I like sharp borders, which means once we've put that in, I'll go to my border radius here, make sure they are linked, and I'll type in 0 to get those sharp borders. I want to add space between my button and the text. This feels too crowded. And the way I do that is going up again to margins, unlink the sides, and go to top, and I'll add 15 pixels just for that little bit of separation. In fact, let's make it 25. Yep, that looks much better. Now that we've created this brown, I also feel that we should change the icon background color. So I'll go back to icon, background color, just grab the eyedropper again, and I'll sample this brown. And there we go. And there we've created this icon box with a call to action. It looks really good. Oh, the last thing we'll have to do is change this badge because that color doesn't fit our page. Let's go to badge. We change the color. Now this should be text then, so background color. Let's go to classic. We grab our eyedropper again. Let's look for something different. Ah, this blue, beautiful. And sample it again. I'll choose the dark blue and let's see how that looks. Very nice. Now that I've created this one icon box, I'm going to just duplicate it. And I've created that grid that gave me 3 columns basically and 1 row. So nicely spaced next to each other. And from here, you just select them, go ahead and switch out the icons for the different departments. This one we will call office furniture. And I'll remove the badge here, no sale happening in this department. Change out the text. You can even change out the color, and we'll do the same for this one. Remove the badge. And we're going to change the icon. We'll change the icon. Use the kettle. And this department is simply our appliances. And also remember the call to action, the buttons. Change that text as well. To give it a little bit separation to the rest, let's go to our section. And I'll go to my style for the section, background type. I'll put it on classic, which is a standard color. Let's grab another color from this one. I love an eyedropper. Just makes things so much easier. This nice light color, super duper, and layout, and I'll increase my minimum height. And then we go and center it in the middle. And the only thing I need to do here is then bring in my H2 heading for this section. And you've created a very good looking section, a featured section with the icon box. There is so much more in terms of styling. If we go to the icon box, you have your icon box container and you can see you can apply borders, you can apply background, you have your gradients, all of that, your typography for your content styling, everything here, as well as the watermark. You have the color for the watermark. You can change that. Let's put it on something really funky. Make it red, you see. And you have the watermark font size. Let's see if we increase that. Oh, well, that's interesting, actually. A lot of features going on here. My advice, as always, keep it simple, keep it neat, keep it beautiful, and make your website sparkle. This is the icon box element from ElementsKit for Elementor. Check it out. From us here at Websites for Beginners, see you in the next video.